WINGY Boxing, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. I'm here with a man, Dave Coldwell. Always got a smile on his face. Dave, how you feeling? It's been a roller coaster few weeks and months and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm alright. It's been entertaining, hasn't it?
Talk to me about your fighter on the card, Anthony Fowler, and his opponent. What do you reckon of your opponent, of the opponent?
Do you know what? 8 fights in, I'm happy, and with the amount of opponents, possible prospective opponents I've had in the last week, I'm happy with who we've got. A very good Argentinian. I think he's ranked 40 in the world. It's a big step up. You know, he's not a guy that falls over. He's a fellow that even when he gets hit hard, he keeps on trying to throw. He keeps on trying to win, rather than going into a defensive shell, which is what we want. You know, every fight that Fowler's had so far, as soon as they hit somebody, they go into a bit of a defensive shell, and it's hard trying to look good against them kind of guys. This fella in Paz, he's gonna be in there trying to win. You know, he's got a winning record. He's got ambition himself, and yeah, it's a good fight.
The fight I want is the Cheeseman fight. Is that going to happen?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, good. Oh, it's good.
Listen, what you got to remember is Cheeseman's had nearly double Fowler's fights.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Fowler's 8-0.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we forget that really, don't we, when you think about
that. But more importantly rather than the fights, Cheeseman's had those real fights. You know, his breakout fight was like the Carson Jones.
Carson Jones, yeah.
After he beat Carson Jones, puffs his chest out and he's like, I know how good I am. I know what level I can be. And you know, it takes every fight, no matter how confident they are outside the ring. When the bell goes, when you're actually competing and going up the levels, they don't really know how good they are until you prove it. And when he beat Carson Jones, it did something to Cheeseman. Because in every fight since, he's gone in there as I am the man. He started opening his mouth now. Before the Jones fight, you didn't hear a peep out of him. That's giving him that confidence, and not just confidence, that inner belief and that knowledge, the ring knowledge, because you soak and you absorb it off better fighters. Fowler's not had that kind of fight yet. It was supposed to be kind of with the Craig O'Brien fight, but he handled Craig O'Brien, you know, without being disrespectful. He handled him easily. So I wanted that fight, that fight where it's not even about that. It's about having the butterflies because it's a real fight. You know, so Cheeseman's had that with Carson Jones and other people. Fowler's not had no butterflies for any fights yet because he's been expected to beat everybody that he faces. So I've been crying since he had 6 fights. I've been crying out for Scott Fitzgerald. He's had more fights than Fowler, but he's been a pro about 4 years. You know, unbeaten, another big prospect. So that was a good fight, and that was what I was saying. Is my order was Fitzgerald, then the Commonwealth champion, and then Cheeseman. So I wanted that when we were 6-0.
Oh, right, I see.
So that'd have been 6-0, 7, 8, 9. You'd have got Cheeseman in your 9th fight. That'd have still been quite a big jump for Fowler, you know, in terms of fights. But now instead of that, Fitzgerald got injured. You know, fight got put back, got injured. We're now fighting him. Paz on Saturday night. It'll be touchwood, he wins 9-0. I'd love Fitzgerald next February, early March if it has to be. Maybe that could be for the Commonwealth title that we were supposed to be fighting for tonight on Saturday night.
Yeah.
So that's your Commonwealth title fight. That's your step up. That's your test. That's your butterflies. That's your fight that gets people saying, "Oh, who's going to win? Who's going to win?" And then after that, Cheeseman. That's it. I just want that one fight. I just want that real fight for him before he goes in there.
With Anthony, because he's so confident the way he talks and he sort of exudes that confidence. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Do you? You're not going to be looking over Cheeseman, but do you think there's a chance that he may? Because Cheeseman is talented, and as you said, Cheeseman has had those gut check fights, and I think you'd agree that's important, isn't it?
I don't worry about the gut check side of things. It's just about the knowledge in the ring that you lose a couple of rounds maybe, and you don't press the panic button. You understand? Boxing, you know, when everything's going all your way every time, sometimes you need them fights where you might lose a round here, you come back and you have to adjust. I've not had to have them sort of conversation with Fowler yet. You know, he's still a novice in pro terms. But that's why I like steps in opponents. He hasn't had them, so it's going to be. I rate Cheeseman. Cheeseman domestically is one of the most improved that we've got in the last 18 months or so. So I rate him, and it's because I respect him as an opponent that I want to set this properly, because I don't want to then Fowler goes in and he gets beat through lack of knowledge, lack of ring experience. You can't then make excuses and then say, we should have had that fight for him, should have had a real fight. Because how many times have you seen in the past where you've had these big prospects, padded, get a big fight and get beat due to experience? Right. No, I don't want that. I want those bridging fights. I like that. That's just how I work. It's how I want things. So it's like with Jordan Gill. I wanted the Cunningham fight before we got a big title fight. He learned so much in the Cunningham fight that he took into the Doyle fight, and he saw how the improvements in him in that. Do you know what I mean? And I believe you can work all you want in the gym, and you can work all you want in sparring, but under the lights, the pressure, the eyes, like you said, Fowler opens his mouth, and he's a character. You either want him to get smashed or you want him to win. That's how it is. That's how it is. And I like that. I like working with kids like that because he's not afraid to put his balls on the line. But my job looking after him is to try and make sure all the pieces of the jigsaw are in place, and then off you go. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not. He believes 100% he'll go out there and knock Cheeseman out. I believe he'll knock Cheeseman out. But I respect Cheeseman enough for his abilities and how I see improvements in him. I think you need to show me more in a fight against better level opponents before I'm putting you into that sort of fight.
What build up? Cheeseman and those two, because those two aren't shy. Cheeseman's not a loudspeaker, but he's got confidence when he talks, hasn't he? And when you talk in confidence, we know that's Anthony Fowler, isn't it?
It's like listen, he knows the game. Like just because it's not on box rate, don't mean that it's not happening.
Of course.
So we've had TBA on box rate, but the opponents that I've turned down, that I've been getting, names I've been given, have been some good fighters, but not good enough. And I'm like, no, it needs to be somebody better. And then there's a couple of opponents that are based in America that were really good opponents. I said yes. They never returned no calls after. And it's like, well, I thought you were taking the fight. And I'm thinking that's our opponents. I'm saying, Fowler, this is a real fight. And then the fight falls through. Cheeseman knows better, but it's not the fighter that goes out and makes the fight. Yeah. So he's digging out his own promoter, really, because they're both under the same promoters. You know what I mean? So, and I'm sure in his career as well, he's had opponents TBA for quite a while, coming up to a fight, up to a fight night. It happens in boxing, unfortunately. But people seem to think that everything just runs smoothly in boxing. It's as frustrating for us as it is for Cheeseman and for everybody else that wants to see who's Fowler going to fight. Yeah. It's frustrating for us, because I'm looking at development for my kid, and he wants the exciting fights. He wants them. Trust me, he's looking forward to Cheeseman. We're not running from Cheeseman, but like I said, my job is to be smart, and I've brought fighters through quite a few times, and I know when the right time is. And all I'm asking for is I want that one fight, one fight that gets his nerves and his excitement going, where it's a good domestic fight as such, like your Fitzgerald. That would be perfect for me, because there is that thing where everybody's saying, he'll be fighting with it. That puts a different kind of pressure rather than fighting unbeaten foreigners or good foreigners, because all the public really don't know about them, they don't care about them, it's just about you. How you feeling? You want that bit of, before you go into a big domestic blockbuster, which Cheeseman and Fowler will be.
I know it's been a few weeks, Dave. I can't go over it, mate. I can't let it go. How's Anthony?
Yeah, he's all right. He's getting on with life outside boxing.
Everybody's moved on. I haven't yet. I can't believe he's not coming back.
I know.
Everybody's moved on.
The thing is, it's like in the gym. It is weird.
He's all right,
weird for me. Yeah, it's weird for me because I'm in the gym. And I know that he's not coming back. I know he's not. It sounds weird. People are, what are you talking? I've been working day in, day out for 5 years. For over 5 years, and it's been a big part of that gym. So it's now we're moving on, and it's an era without Tony Bellew in the gym. But most important thing is that he's happy and he's healthy, and he's getting on with his life. And,
Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. What are your thoughts on the fight? I try to stay political these days because I get told off. But honestly, I mean, what did you think of the fight and then your scorecard?
I thought Fury was great. Do you know what? When he boxed Klitschko, he boxed really well, and he won the fight, and it totally dominated Vladimir. But it was in that awkwardness, that awkward sort of style, quite a negative sort of style, as in he was always on the back foot and he was moving. Boxed brilliant, but it didn't make for a great fight. Against Wilder, it was nothing awkward about it. It was skills. He boxed him. His feints were great. He stayed orthodox all the way through the fight. He just used his feet and he used his boxing ability to totally dominate Wilder. And I thought it was a really, really good performance. I thought it was brilliant. I only gave Wilder round 2 and then the 2 knockdown rounds. And that's all I gave Wilder. I thought a couple of rounds maybe you might have been able to say, oh well, Wilder landed a big shot, and if you're one of those people that doesn't count somebody jabbing you up for 2.5 minutes and then you land in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, some people count with just one shot, the 2 big shots.
Then you're giving then I can see why you might give him that couple of rounds. But he pissed the fight, you know, and the last round knockdown was just unbelievable. For me, that just capped, even though he went down, the way that he got up and then he dominated the rest of the round. For me, at the time, that just capped what an unbelievable performance that was, just how fantastic that performance was. And then when they came out with the draw, I was gutted for him. But when the guy with the 115, 111, that's just bullshit.
I can't say nothing.
That is just, I'm sorry, but that is just bullshit. What they need to do with these judges is, do you know, like, you'll interview a fighter straight after a fight,
yeah,
and you'll ask him his opinion on the fights. You'll interview people sat ringside.
I know where you're going here.
Why can they not be held accountable and be interviewed after the fight?
I've never heard anybody suggest that. That's good.
And then say there's nothing wrong in it if you think that my scorecard's shit, right? And everybody else thinks that my scorecard's shit and it's out of line and everything. But then I get asked the question, how did you come to that conclusion? In round 8, where everybody seems to think that so-and-so absolutely dominated the round, but yet you give it to the other. How did you come to that conclusion? What did you see where you're sat in your seat? What did you see that was different to everybody else? Because let's be honest. Everybody's got a different angle. All your seats are in a different position. So I might be sat here and I might miss a shot because the back's turned and I might not see that shot. But at least give them an opportunity to explain. After they've explained themselves, if they're stuttering and umming and ahhing, you know what they're all about. You know it's bollocks.
I've never heard anyone suggest that. I think you may have nailed it. That's a good suggestion.
I don't see what's wrong in that.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Now, if judges know that they're going to be held accountable for it, and they can't just walk up into sunset and then nobody knows about it again until they pop up on another show, and they can have a camera put in front of them and a microphone put in front of them, then they might think.
It could be how sometimes when referees have controversial decisions, sometimes they get up there and interview the referee, don't they? Like in the fight.
I don't see what's wrong in asking a question, asking because everybody's opinion, whether you're a judge or a fan or a coach, it's only an opinion on what you think win the fight. But how did you come to that opinion? And I think that for me, I think they need to be held accountable. And I think that will make a lot of them think a little bit more about what they're doing, not just blindly like, you know. You'll see. I've seen it once. I can't remember a long time ago when somebody was supposed to be a judge, and I seen him looking in the crowd. I think there were a bit of a crowd disturbance or something. And I seen the judge looking at that. I thought, you're supposed to watch the fight, man. How do you not know that you've not missed something there? Do you know what I mean? They shouldn't be taking their eyes off. I don't know, but that's my opinion on what I think needs to be done with judges.
Very quickly, what did you think when you heard that Amir Khan is possibly going to be fighting Terence Crawford when we're all sitting here ready for the bloody Brook fight?
That's what.
The thing is, I can understand Khan doing it.
Khan's point of view is
I can understand it, yeah.
Why do I want to risk getting beat by Khan-Brook where the fans hate each other, there's so much beef between camps, there's so much beef between the fighters, there's all that pressure on me. If I get beat by Khan-Brook, I've got to walk down the street and show my face to all my friends and family. I think I'm going to be embarrassed because I got beat. If I get beat by a Terence Crawford or a Spence or an elite level fighter, there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. So when people say he's scared of Khan-Brook, he's not scared of Khan-Brook because he's willing to get in with Canelos, he's willing to get in with all these fighters. Look at fighters he's fought in the past like Maidana and people like that. He's not scared of going in there and getting hit. He's not scared of it. He's not scared of getting hurt. What I believe he's scared of is what comes after a loss. The losses to all these guys that he potentially could get beat by. It's a pat on back. You did well there, mate. You're fighting best. He's the best guy out there. There's no shame in that. If he gets beat by Kel, I don't think he can show his face. I think he feels that. He feels the embarrassment with his fans and everybody. I think it would be too much for him to cope with. It takes certain kinds of character to be able to cope with that sort of stuff. That's why you see fighters when they lose a big fight, some fighters go into a shell, get depressed. Some people can't. There's a lot more to boxing than just going there winning a fight. It's what comes after it. Some fighters can't handle when they win the massive fights and become the big stars. Some fighters can't handle that, but some fighters can't handle the loss. So for Amir Khan, I think he's doing what's best for him. So I understand that. But for everybody else, it's like, fucking hell, I just want to watch the fight. I just want to see who's the best. Khan-Brook. That's all I want to see. And it's so frustrating. And I genuinely now, I don't think the fight's going to happen. I just think he's put that many obstacles in front of him. There's only one man that wants the fight, and that's Kel. I think Khan's doing everything he can to make sure he doesn't have to take the fight. And it's just, you can't tell me that he's not, because everything that he's doing, his actions are speaking louder than words. So I'm disappointed because I think it's not happening.
Dave Coldwell, thank you as well for your opinion and honesty.
And it is only opinion. I'll get loads of comments slagging me off and shit, but it is my opinion. I don't have to agree with it. You come up and ask me for an interview.
Of course I do.
That's all it is.
I always get a good interview. Thank you, brother. Dave Coldwell, thanks for speaking to Wingy Boxing IFL TV. Good luck with your fight at the weekend, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you, brother.
Always a pleasure, man.